Hey, what's up, guys? So we need to work on our formation and just keeping our shape. Since the last few games, we were all over the place. So let's just start with the back line. This is a screenshot from the tactical cam from the World Cup when Argentina and France played the round 16 game. Now check this out. France are playing the 4-2-3-1, just like what we do. And I'm not a France fan, but it's a good system, and I'd say win the World Cup, they used it pretty well. Argentina is one of my favorite teams, national teams, and they went 4-3-3 with the false nine. Looks like for this game, but we'll take a look at both. So just to get things going. So here's the first screenshot, and look at France's shape: 4-2-3-1. Argentina has the ball on the left side of the field, and they're right at the halfway line. And France is playing a decent line. It's not too deep, and that's kind of the problem we have. We play too deep, and the team is from front to back within 30 yards of each other, and we need to keep connected like that. And as you can see, Argentina's right winger is being defended by the left back, and switch to the other side, Argentina's left winger is being defended by the right back. And that's the way I've been, telling everybody. That's how we have to defend. That's how we man mark the wingers. And our wingers are supposed to mark the other team's left back and right back, so they decide to push up. So in the 4-2-3-1, the two center mids for France playing, rotating in and out of defensive mid and center mid are Kanté and Pogba. And the attacking mid playing slightly above them is Griezmann. So here in this shot, Griezmann and Giroud are actually playing at the same, they're both up on the pitch. And the wingers for France are Matuidi and Mbappe. And over here, Matuidi is dropped to defend, and Kanté is there keeping an eye on Messi. And Pogba's in the middle of the pitch just in case the ball comes towards him, any loose balls, and or if his man comes up, he has to mark him. Griezmann and Giroud there just to apply pressure for any drop passes. It's a pretty solid shape, and for that part of the pitch where the ball is at, that's where we have to be. We've been chasing balls a little too much and it's thrown our shape off. Now here you can see Argentina is moving the ball up and France is dropping more defensively, but still holding their shape. And it's looking, they're double teaming Messi because any team would double team or triple team him. But with the double team, they're still keeping their shape. Messi's only options here are basically to, make a move and go around Matuidi or just pass the ball back, which is what France wants him to do. I think Messi ends up dribbling and knocking the ball out of bounds, but and here Argentina has an attacking player in an offside position, but France are going to keep him offsides because there's nothing he can do there. France's back line is still almost straight, slightly off, but good enough. The two players that are closest to the ball, to the player in an offside position, are the ones deepest and, keeping everything in check. Now for attacking, I think I haven't been exactly clear. When we play two defensive mids, one's more of a defensive mid and one's the other, passing center mid. And we need that one defensive mid to really commit to that role of just, being that drop option and being that player to stuff potential counterattacks, just like Mascherano. I mean, check him out here. Messi has the ball way up here, but Mascherano's not running into the space. And he's not, going to chase Messi for a drop pass. He's just there in case anything goes to shit. Messi's drop option should be the center back behind him. And he's got the right back there for help. So I need our defensive mid, to be hanging out in front of that center circle, whichever side of the field the ball's on. And if we have the ball, down in the final third, and we're near the 18, then you can push up, near the top of the 18 box. And also when we have the ball up that high of the pitch, our goalie should be hanging out at the top of the 18 or just outside the 18, because sometimes long balls happen, and you can just rush out and kick those out of bounds just like a sweeper. And, that's kind of the style of play goalies are doing nowadays. And also you being up high is also helpful for a drop pass. So this is one of our biggest issues when the other team has a throw in near our final third on, one side of the field. And, here's a screenshot of the throw in. Now just look at France's shape. They have their left defensive mid and their left winger dropping to defend. And the attacking mid is dropped a lot more, but he's dropped with Argentina's defensive mid because he started to push up. And Pogba, the other right defensive mid, has gone more towards that side of the pitch but he's only shifting because Argentina's other center mid has gone that way too. And what we do is, the complete opposite. France isn't throwing every single player at the ball like we do. And, I'll prove that in the next image. And, France defends efficiently. If they force a loose ball, they can, have a quick counter. And if you pay attention to the time of the game, France do force a turnover and they quickly counter with Mbappe, and that's how they win their penalty. So just to show you the difference between France and us, this is what we did when Samba Melrose in the finals had a throw in on that side of the field. And look at our shape. Yikes. I mean, that's really, really bad. But look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they only got 3. And that's just a complete waste. And that's why they ran over us the entire game, because we kept overshifting and throwing numbers whenever the ball's on the side of the field. If they want to throw numbers on that side of the field, let them have that side of the field. They decided to lose their shape attacking wise, which doesn't mean that we have to lose ours. Let them lose their attacking shape. It's going to benefit us. So one of the things that's kind of been, no one's been on the same page, and no matter who is playing. And, here's a screenshot of Barcelona and Celta Vigo from a few weeks ago. And, Celta is playing a high line, and you see the front three of Barcelona are all in offside position. And they're totally fine with that. They're not going to go in front of the back line just to crowd the midfield. That's not their game. They're smarter than that, and it shows in this play. And the player with the ball is not a center back. That's a defensive mid. That's Busquets. And, the players to the right and left of him are not the outside backs. Those are the center backs. The outside backs are, way down here. There's Jordi Alba unmarked, and whoever plays right back for Barcelona is kind of being marked. The only thing Celta Vigo did wrong here was not keeping an eye on Jordi Alba. That winger should have done a better job of that. So Busquets basically has 3 options. He can go to either center back, or he can do a long ball to Jordi Alba. And he decides to go to long ball to Jordi Alba because he's in the most space. And, it pays off. The right back and center back of Celta Vigo decide to close in. And with a couple passes, they overshift, and Messi is wide open with the ball at the top of the 18, and he scores a very nice goal. So what I'm trying to say is that, our center backs need to create space for the middle of the pitch for a defensive mid to drop in. And, the more space we create, the easier it is to find passes. And we have to do that because our center backs are usually 10 yards within, each other, and it just clumps the field, and it leaves the center mids with no room to work with. So yeah, I guess that's it for, this little video. I think I might make a tactical, diagram with moving pieces if you guys need it, but, it's all about keeping our shape and, playing 1-2 passes and creating triangles when players have the ball and, creating space and not clumping and overshifting. So